Here we go.
Turn that on. Hey, Billy,
Hello. Hi.
how you doing?
Woo. I just woke up. I was out
Tough
doing
life, huh?
I was out working in that heat and I took a shower and I laid down for a few minutes and that was it, man. I was just like, wow.
How's the yard coming? I know it's got so screwed up. And
Oh no, our yard's beautiful. I was helping Lauren. Her yard got all messed up. So I laid 3 pallets of sod there between yesterday and today. And that's hard work.
yeah.
I wouldn't go into that for a business.
Billy
Maybe,
Blank,
maybe if I was
sod,
younger. Huh?
sodling.
Yeah, it's actually not as easy as you might think. I mean, but it's
Well, you got to prepare the ground first. And
well, yeah, we prepared it and contoured the ground and everything. But then when you have sidewalks and other embellishments, and you're trying to figure out how to lay it out and cut it in, and it's kind of like laying floor tile a little bit. You have to kind of think it out, and then have Bonnie come and take it all up and said I did it wrong, put it back down again.
Well, I'd quit.
Hey man, but look, I'm all flush. Don't I look healthy?
you do.
Oh, it's on, man. Whew.
Okay, so Kim's coming. Hold on. I don't know how to get rid of this waiting room. I had gotten rid of it for a year, and then it's
There isn't there a thing in the setup that you
well, I thought there was, but then I couldn't figure out how to get it off without having to put on the number. Hey, Kim.
Hello, Jim.
out again?
Afternoon. Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
COVID, no COVID, no broken bones. Everything is, no divorce, everything fine.
Nothing
Yep.
like that. No.
Yeah, it's very unlike us.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry to miss last week. It kind of some things came up all of a sudden.
What gave us a chance to talk about you?
That's good. Yeah, my nose was itching.
Yeah.
Oh my,
So give us looking like we have one trombonist, huh?
so far. Yep. Well, well, it's a good one, so that's a help.
Yeah, Gene LeBeau. He
Yeah.
is good.
Oh, he's better than good, I think. Uh, I only met him in Oklahoma City and played with him some and talked to him, but he's obviously very good. I thought.
Yeah, I worked a lot with him, on those river boats.
Uh,
When we were doing the mustache thing on the floating hotels.
yeah.
Uh, he's very good. Very. And I worked with him when he was in New Orleans for a little bit.
Good.
You guys, Tom and Billy, y'all remember Gene LeBeau when he played in New Orleans or no?
I don't.
I can't remember,
Well, he went under the name of Gene Roof.
well,
Really?
quite frankly, like when we were working, we were pretty busy, on around Mardi Gras, and I didn't really get nobody came out and introduced all the band members to the waiters.
Oh, really? How rude.
No, but he
Well,
played more than Mardi Gras. He played there with Les Davies for a little while.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize. I don't remember him though.
The summer of '72, he was
I was there. Yeah. I probably worked a lot of nights too.
Hmm.
Um, can't think of him though.
I just remember Maynard. Maynard was always there when I was there.
Yeah, the trombonist I remember is we had Paul Crawford and Freddie Lonzo, Maynard Chatters, and
Ben Smith
Ben Smith. Yeah.
and Jerry Orcus. You remember him?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Gee, that's a lot of guys. Wow.
And
Yeah.
then before that was the guy we were talking about last night, Jimmy Hayslip.
Sure. I remember Jimmy very well.
Yeah, we had some great trombone players in New Orleans. I mean, all of them were very good. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
y'all had some good ones up in the Northeast too, like
Yeah.
DeFeo and your guy. What's his name that you play with all the time?
Oh, Craig Grant. Yeah.
Craig Grant,
Oh, yeah. We had
Rocco Paterno, and
oh, Rocco was good. He's still around.
Yeah. And what's the guy's name from Boston area? Can't think of his name. Very good. I can't think of his name. But so we've had some really good trombone players in the Mustache. You know, when you think about it. Herb Roselle is great.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's fine.
Yeah,
In fact, I'll say that I've said this before, Gim, that you know the question comes up: who's the best leader of Mustache bands? Who's
Ooh.
the best leader?
Ooh.
You know, now how do you answer one like that? Because everybody's got their own talents, you know.
Sure.
But the best I heard wasn't a banjo player. It was Herb Roselle. I watched him take an audience, and he had it in the palm of his hands, and he'd do it every night. He played opposite me at the Red Garden Wildwood.
Yeah.
I'd play an hour on, hour off. He'd play an hour on, hour off. I'd sit there. Now, I'm a band leader, and I'm supposed to know how to do this stuff. And I watched him work his magic, and he was freaking great, leading the band from the trombone spot, not from the lead banjo spot.
Yeah, that's good. He's a very engaging guy. So he projects that he can do the job very well.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
We're doing fine. How are you?
Hi.
Hello, Chris.
Hi.
Now, you just had a birthday, didn't you, Chris?
No, it's back in April.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw a picture.
Well, I posted a picture of my friend's birthday, Mary.
That's what it was.
I'm in her picture, so
That's what it was.
That's right.
I also saw you in a picture playing with a jazz band. You said jazz is back, and you only wanted a black coat. Everybody else had brown coats on.
I didn't get the memo.
I thought you tried to take after Peter, the washboard player. What's his name? Peter.
Babcock.
Peter Babcock always wearing something different.
Yeah.
Or Joe Terra. He always wore something.
Oh, he always wore something, whatever he wanted.
Yeah, well, speaking of Joe Terra,
oh, look at that.
John McLaughlin sent this picture that he found. Captain Tony and
Joe Terracino.
Yeah.
Giuseppe Terracino. Yep, I remember him well.
And so Joe had his own band, the Roaring 20s.
Well, after the Mustache, we'd go down to Captain Tony's club, Captain Tony's Saloon, every year, and we'd play down there for the month of December because that's when it's busy down in Key West.
Yep.
So we go down there and play at Captain Tony's Saloon. And Captain Tony was a celebrity in Key West. He became the mayor of Key West, in fact.
Yes, that's right.
All right, but we go down there and play at his bar. That picture's right outside of his bar, you know. And we didn't bill ourselves as Your Father's Mustache. We billed ourselves as Joe Terra's Roaring 20s Ragtime Band.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun, and it kept us working, you know, for the month of December every year. We did that for 6, 7, 8 years.
Really? Wow. Good for you. You know, Key West in December would be very pleasant. It'd be a nice place to be.
It was.
Yeah.
Because it was still pretty warm down there, you know.
Well, if you look at the map and you'll see how far south that is, my God, it's way down there.
Mm-hmm. I found a hey Rick.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Rick.
What's up, guys?
I found a clip with Gene LeBeau in it from the Mustache reunion. I knew I had something somewhere. Here it is. Let's see if I can find it. Aaron.
Yeah, that's Gene.
My name's Gene Roof, also known as Gene LeBeau. I'm a trombone player. And I first heard about the Mustache through a tuba player named Bill Clark. And Bill, actually Mike Gentry is here. Mike Gentry played tuba at a Shakey's one weekend, and then he got hired at the Mustache. So the manager had promised everybody a tuba player. And they called me up instead. I walked in, and that's where it all started. But I started playing valve trombone, and they let me sneak into the mustache and play. Of course, I wasn't old enough either. So one night,
Trial labor, Joe. Trial labor.
one night they tell me Joel Shimone's coming in, so they let me sneak in the back door, and I played the first set. When I finished the set, one of Joel's managers, I guess, whatever those bodyguards' names were that you carried with you, said, Joel wants to see you downstairs.
That was Joan,
Joel said, I got two things to tell you. Number one, you can't come in here anymore. You're not old enough. It's the only bar in Denver I couldn't go in. So number two, if you learn to play slide trombone, I've got a job for you in New Jersey. So I learned 4 songs. I'm Looking Over 4-Leaf Clover, Tiger Rag, Won't You Come Home, Bill Bailey, and The Saints Come Marching In. So about 3 months later, one of those guys who was at that meeting came into the Shakey's. I saw him. Next thing you know, I get a call from Joel. So he sent me out to Point Pleasant to work with Bill Higbee and Barry. Yeah, I'm a tuba player, a good tuba player. I only know 4 songs in the trombone.
You only know 3 on the tuba.
He puts me on 5 nights a week on trombone. And poor Barry had to play with me in the week, and then he gets to play with Neil DeFeo on the weekends. And Friday night, New York City, with Jeff Alswang, and Saturday night, Lake Compound. How many guys played Lake Compound? Anyway, thanks, Joel. I appreciate it.
That's a tough crowd.
That was a good clip. That was
Billy,
good.
that was so good that you got all those clips.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I finally went through and I started putting names on everything when I could hear people's names. Is that
Look,
weird if I don't
Billy,
know?
do me a favor. Send me that. If you can send me that clip so I can forward it to Gene.
Sure. Yeah.
Or you
What
can
am I doing?
send it straight to him if you like. If you got his address.
I think I have most of that in my Google Drive right now. I just have to send people links to it, and they can get whatever they want. You know.
You did that because he would love that. I mean, I know him well. And he would love that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just like, was it last week you showed one? No, 2 weeks ago, the one with the other trombone with Neil. I think he loves seeing that.
Yeah. Right. Now I told him I'd send him his clip too. So.
Yeah.
And I still have to send Chris some stuff that Mike Johnson sent. He wanted you to get from one of the old concerts from '99, from 1999. So
Well, Billy,
we're
get out.
collecting we're collecting lots of stuff. So yeah.
Not that anybody cares but us.
Well,
I was just thinking.
That's true. That's true.
That's why I hope that you and Tom go up there so you could try to present some of this stuff.
Well, at the most, we'd have a flash drive, and if they don't have a TV set up there, I don't know how we present it because I ain't gonna be if I make it, I ain't gonna be flying with anything.
Yeah,
Send a note to Marty and ask him if he's if the hotel would have the capacity to show your stuff off a flash drive.
Yeah. If they have a smart TV, that's all you really need. You know, you can put it on a flash drive and pop it in and play it. You know.
Well, it depends on how smart the TV is. You know.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, reasonably smart.
Or how smart we are to make it work.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you guys are the best. We'd have no problem there. I'm more worried about the TV.
Yeah, I used to have to tell people to have all these video players ready or things, but now you can just what you got there, Tom?
Well, my picture's coming on, but I was this was an old one that we had from Jeff.
Oh, okay.
You never know. I mean, if you're talking, excuse me, Donnie. Excuse me. My dick died 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It just died. It died. No, I had a very nice Very nice.
Did you have a service bar?
Yes, I was going to say I had a very nice viewing. It was nice. It was nice. And I said, I asked my doctor, I said, what do I do now? He said, just a word. Meaning he said to you. Because that's all it's good. No, I got to give me. He tried to give me. I'm sorry, ladies. But this is
sock in it. It's the same thing. Put a sock in it.
No. You put a sock. I'll put in a Hebrew national salami. No. We have people who are dating. We have people who are dating who are older than dirt. They're older than dirt. They're holding hands. What the hell do I know what they're doing?
That way they don't fall over. That's what I heard.
All right, I know we've seen that a number of times, but it's just when John and Jeff were involved, it was so easy.
Here's Mike Gentry.
Hey, Mike.
Hey,
Hey, Mike.
how y'all doing?
Good.
Hey, Mike.
Fantastic. Good.
So, Mike, did you make it home yet?
Yeah.
You were at the big old Fred's. Nobody was there, huh?
Oh man, boring. I'll have to tell you, boring. Went
That's
there.
a shame.
They said the last. Well, you went to. I'm sorry, guys. All Frets is a banjo guitar type organization. Get together once a year and have a good time. And when Barry and I went back and remember St. Louis?
Yeah.
There was 1,000 people there.
Really? Wow.
1,000 people. And this time in Eureka Springs, there was less than 100.
Wow.
That's counting spouses.
Wow.
That's counting spouses.
10 years ago, me and Mike and Danny and all of us, we were asked to open up the All Frets convention. There was 1,000 people sitting in the audience when we opened it up.
Yep.
And you tell me there's less than 50 now. Jeez.
Yeah. Nationwide or worldwide, there's less than 400 members.
No kidding. Wow.
Yes. And it used to be literally thousands when it was FIGA. You remember FIGA?
That was 10 years ago, Mike. That was, That was 10 years ago.
Yeah. Now it's not there, man. There's people that I knew from before were gone, passed away. And some of them are real close right now. But anyway, wish you would have been there, you guys. It would have been fun.
Well, you got to face it. We're a bunch of old white guys. That's it.
That's it. That's it. Bunch of old guys. I told Barry this before. Karen, my wife's definition of a FIGA convention is 50 old guys with $25,000 banjos sitting around in a circle, and they all know 3 songs. They know 3 songs. They know World's Waiting for Sunrise. They know Bye Bye Blues, and they know one other that nobody else knows, but they insist on playing in their own key. And that's really true. When you sit around for some of these jam sessions, they're painful. They're painful.
Yes.
Anyway, yes.
That was my one experience with a group like that. It was painful. So I shied away from going to one.
Yeah.
Mike and I went to a bunch of them for about 5 or 6 years.
We did. And we enjoyed it.
And it was fun while it lasted, but then it got painful.
Well, we were in St. Louis, and we were playing at one of the bars in the local area. Me and Barry and Danny, and Buddy Walker asked if he could sit in.
Oh my goodness! Ooh.
And he was there, and Sean Moises was there too. Are you familiar with Sean?
Oh yeah.
I love his playing.
Well, what happened was the night before we were playing, in the lounge. Remember, we were playing jamming in the lounge, and Buddy walked there. We started playing "Listen to the Rhythm Kings."
Yeah.
And Buddy walked, his head turned. What is that? What is that? He came up to you, Mike, and said, "Can I sit in with y'all tomorrow?"
Yeah, but he said, "Is that a real New Orleans beat?" He asked me about you guys. I said, "It's about as New Orleans you're going to get, man. About as New Orleans as you're going to get."
Yeah, he was quite a player. He's the best I ever heard.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's wonderful.
Have anybody here heard of a guy named Bill Lowry?
No.
Does that sound familiar at all? West Coast guy. He was there last night, and he played really, really well. He knew Eddie Erickson and a bunch of the West Coast guys. But there were some good players there. Your buddy Stephen De Bonaventura was there, man, playing sambas all night. And,
he's a nice guy. He can play, but he
does.
plays all Latin music on a banjo.
Yeah.
Really, I've heard him play the stuff that we play, but he does like the Latin stuff. You're right there.
And he's very good. He's a lawyer in Philadelphia, I think.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Somewhere in that area. Yeah. But he was there. Tyler was there. Johnny was there. Tyler Jackson, Johnny Byer was there. Who else? A lot of Phil, the guy from New Orleans, was there. Phil Wilkinson was there.
Well, I'm sorry.
Vinny was there. He said to be sure to say hi.
Who's that? Vinny?
Vinny Mondello. Debbie Schreier was there. She's a good player, and her husband Tom.
See, guys, when Mike and I were involved in all that, there at the time there was a whole string of other banjo players that never knew of the mustache.
Yeah,
played mustache. It was different. You know, in other words, their roots were different than ours.
They weren't all waiters.
They weren't all what? I'm sorry.
They weren't all waiters before they started playing the banjo.
I think you're right.
That's true. Anyway, enough of my bitching. How you guys doing, man?
Good.
Raining like a sumbitch here.
It's raining?
Yeah, it's raining. If we lost power a little while ago, so if I get flashed in and out, it's because of the rain.
Dry here.
Oh boy, I wish it would rain up here. We were dry as a bone. We're in a big drought. We haven't had a decent rain in a month or more.
We were like that in July. We had a great spring. You know, every 3 or 4 days it rained, a nice easy afternoon rain, and then about the 1st of June it went boom. It's now the dog days of August. No rain and 105 degrees for 6 weeks.
Woo.
Everything's gone. The garden's gone. The grass is gone. Everything.
Yeah, my lawn looks like a parking lot. It's all brown.
Yeah.
No, we've been having a decent amount of rain. In fact, it's kind of kept our temperatures down. I don't think we've topped 95 in quite a few weeks now, because we've been getting rain almost every day.
And most of August was still in the upper 80s, Bill. You remember?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So much rain.
The last couple of days we haven't had rain, but we're expecting about 3 more days of rain all the way through Labor Day starting tomorrow. It might affect the
Southern Decadence.
The Southern Decadence Festival, if y'all have never been to that. All the gays come all from all over the world and go to the French Quarter Labor Day weekend.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I heard him talking about they're worried about monkeypox.
Yeah. Well, I ain't worried about no monkeypox. I'm not going down there. Barry, you better wear your body rubber.
Yeah. So guys, yesterday it's funny. Mike's on when he sent me a picture from the All French Convention. I was thinking of Mike, and let me tell you this quick story since we got Mike on. So, the mustache in New Orleans let Les Davies go. He was fired. All right. And I think it had to do with drinking, among other things. they said, Barry, you're going to be the leader of the band for temporary. And it was me leading the band with Roger playing washboard, Maynard, and Peter. We did that for a little while. They said, we're bringing in a guy named Mike Gentry. He's going to come be the band leader. I said, okay, that's good, because I wasn't ready. So here it is, one December night, Mike Gentry and his wife come sit in there. And I'm nervous as can be. My future boss is out there listening to me play. You remember that, Mike?
I do. Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
Mike comes up and all, but the thing is, Mike, when he walked into the club, he looked like a Hell's Angel motorcycle guy. A long beard, long hair down to his shoulders, with sandals on. I said, well, this is going to be my boss?
You got it.
Yeah, that's how I looked, and that's how you came on the bandstand, the mustache. It didn't matter, and Mike got up there, and all the other previous leaders, they worked the room by the tunes they called, by the medleys they called, and that was effective. And we had some showbiz like Wilbur Kike and stuff like that. But then Mike got up there and brought a whole new dimension to what I, as a banjo player, there's a whole new dimension. I said, I want to be like that. And Mike and I have been best of friends since 1972. How about that? Huh?
That's true. Yep. Mm-hmm. Wow.
The motorcycle guy.
Yeah, man.
Except for the
I got one in the barn right now.
Yeah.
I got a motorcycle in the barn right now. Got a Honda Valkyrie.
You looked like Hell's Angels back then. A chubby guy with long hair, long blonde hair, and a full beard. Long beard.
Yep. Yep. It was down to my...
Down to your tits.
Mm-hmm.
Were you in the Denver club just before New Orleans?
No, I left Denver about middle of June in 72 and went to Brussels. I was in Brussels for about 3 months over there, taking a place of banjo player on a holiday.
Then
and then I came
a couple months with the show band.
And then I came back and did a couple months with the show band, and then down to New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And I had done the show band right before Mike got there, so we missed each other. I did the show band for right when I left. That's when Mike came in.
Yeah. Well, where did Bob go? Bob Adams.
He was always back and forth,
Because I took Bob's place, I guess. Anyway, it was fun. I wouldn't want to do it at this age, however.
Gracious God, no. Oh, Lord, no.
No, I wouldn't either. And back then, being on a plane every day, a different airport every morning, a different hotel room every night, that was fun for a 19-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was what, 26, I think. 26 or 27. So I was getting to be an old man at the mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like most of the guys that Rick and I were working with were in college still.
Most of them.
That was part of the formula. I mean, when we opened Boston back in 60, whatever it was, 2, and I don't think there's anybody in the place over 27. I really don't. When we brought in Carl Lunsford from Dirk Murphy's band to take over the lead band position because Joel was getting tired of it, he was only 28, and everybody working there was either a school teacher or a student, and so part of the formula was to have all of these young college type guys in the place, and then the girls would come, and when the girls would come, all the other guys would come and spend their money, and that's the way it worked. Yep. That's the way it worked.
And that's the way it worked out in New Orleans for sure.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That was the formula. I mean, that was the whole deal. I mean, You didn't see anybody in the place over 40.
The girls came to New Orleans because of Rick Haley.
That's right.
It did.
I mean, I found the matchbook in my wife's stuff with Rick's phone number in it.
Yeah. So, I swear, Tom, that picture of Emily and me, that's pure innocence, I'm telling you.
Yeah, sure.
I like
the thing
story.
is, Dottie's got a matchbook with Tom's name in it.
You know, when I was in Denver, I was not the oldest one. Jerry Goodnight was older than me. Bob Vanasek was older than me.
Yeah, he is older, yeah. That was later on he came in, right.
Okay, that would have been 68 probably, somewhere around.
Right around in there, yeah.
Yeah, I learned an awful, I don't know. You tell them that story, Barry, about Vanasek and Arno's, that lady he's talking to.
So one night I'm playing at Arno's and we're strolling tables. And the lady said she was checking me out. And she said, you remind me of my father-in-law. I said, yeah. She said, my father-in-law was a banjo player. I said, yeah. Said, he used to play down here. I said, well, what's his name? I probably know him. Said, Bob Vanasek. I said, he's a legend around here. I said, in fact, she says, you remind me just like him. You remind me of the spitting image of how he acted and how he played and all that. I said, well, let me tell you what. My mentor, Mike Gentry, his mentor was Bob Vanasek. I said, so there's some lineage here.
That's funny. That's funny.
Small world.
Oh,
wow.
Can't see the creek, Barry.
Yeah. I saw Marty sent the little itinerary for the reunion last week. And it looks like pretty much most everything's going to be on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday evening after everybody's there. And then Thursday, I kind of get the vibes it's stuff going to go on afternoon, but you don't have, it's going to be kind of like just if you feel like sticking around or something.
And that's good. Free time is good.
Right. I know, but what I know you and Dottie, I think y'all were booking to stay over Thursday night as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we're not going to schedule out. Yeah, we're just going to relax and take it easy.
Right. No, I just was curious. Do the special, does that apply to just Tuesday and Wednesday night or Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night?
Well, let me tell you what. At first it wasn't. It was only Tuesday, Wednesday, the 3 nights. Danny called Marty Fay, who called the hotel. And now if you want to get there early or stay an extra night or something, it's going to be the same rate as the special rate, the $150.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. Marty worked that out. In fact,
great.
Marty deserves a medal for everything he's done here.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not much, but it saves me $100. It saves Danny $100. I know that.
Yeah.
No problem.
That's pretty neat.
Oh,
maybe we can do a bar song for him.
And you're going to be staying where?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, is anybody familiar with the hotel or where y'all going to be? Where we're going to be playing or listening? Or
I've never been there, so I don't know anything about it. But I've checked it out on the web, and it looks pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
And New Haven downtown is a nice little town. There's a lot of things you walk to and all.
Well, it's
what called New Haven Hotel.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. You got some time to go audit the class at Yale or something?
Yale is right up the street. I mean, the New Haven is really where we are, where we're going to be downtown. You walk about 500 yards and you're in the middle of the Yale campus because Yale is the town.
Jim, how far is Morris away?
I'm sorry, how far is which?
The bar or establishment, Morris.
Oh, Morris is right in, I don't know, let's see. From the hotel, I don't really know, but Maurice, I forget the name of the street it's on. I've been there a couple of times. But, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. What's more important is how far the bar is.
There you go.
From the hotel, and I haven't figured that one out yet either.
Yeah, they don't have any like a little where you can.
You're talking about the pizza place.
The place where we're having the pizza party is the name of the place is The Bar, and I thought Marty was just describing the place for the longest time until I realized that that's really the name of the place. But it's
original. I hope their pizza is more original than the name of the place.
Yeah,
it's called The Pizza.
I've asked my granddaughter goes to Yale. She's a Yale student. And I asked her if she knew about the bar. She says, "Oh, that's a very hip place to go these days." And I said, "You got to be 21." So she's just turned 21, so she'll probably show up at our party.
I'm sure she'll be thrilled.
I'm sure she will. A bunch of old white guys playing banjo music that she never heard of.
That's okay.
It's okay.
I'm about to just step outside.
Funny.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
I was curious. Now, Marty, I asked him what because I was going to take the train from Newark in, and they had two options where you can disembark. They had two different stations in New Haven, and he said either one. He says they're both about the same distance from the hotel, but if I let him know which one I was getting on, he would pick me up. So.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will go for all you guys too, though. I'm sure.
So I was telling Tom that last night was my first night back at Arno's restaurant since COVID started.
Really?
And that's a job where you stroll tables.
Yeah.
And it was a wonderful night. We made a lot of money, a lot of tips, but it was a lot of fun because it's been 3 years since I played requests.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, in other words, at Fritzl's, it's pretty standard, straight ahead Dixieland jazz, you know?
Yep.
And it's the same tunes, you know, you play them, you know, Dinah, High Society and stuff like that. But playing requests is a different animal for some of y'all know that. I found myself playing songs I hadn't played in 3 years, and all of a sudden my fingers, I had to think.
Yeah. So do you remember Low and Far Away?
Y'all take care. You have to run.
Right, Rick.
Good night, Rick.
All right, Rick,
See you next week.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, how often in a Dixieland club do you play Fly Me to the Moon?
Whoa, whoa. Yeah, one of the problems with asking for requests is that you sometimes get them.
Well, I'll tell you that at Arno's, every table has a request. Mike has subbed for me there before.
Yep.
And every table has a request, mostly romantic songs.
Really?
So,
Right.
so It Had to Be You is a big one, you know. The Way You Look Tonight, we played that last night. You know, those kind of songs. Fly Me to the Moon. You know, a lot of romantic songs.
Those are nice songs, but they're not what I would associate with as appropriate for a banjo band. But that's the way.
Well, they call it dinner jazz, and it's a trumpet, banjo, and bass. But they don't really give a shit about that, you know. You know, if you can sing a little bit of, if they say, "Can you play It Had to Be You?" and you start singing It Had to Be You, they're real happy. That's a $20 bill.
That's it. Barry did something one time. He told me about somebody made a request. He says, "You know, I don't know that. I don't know the words to it. I know the music. Hang on just a second." He takes his iPhone out, gets the lyrics up, sits it on the table, plays the song, sings the song, made big bucks. Big bucks. Yeah. Everybody was impressed.
And I remember the song. I did that. La Mer, Beyond the Sea.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody Want to Beyond the Sea. I could play that song in my sleep. But knowing all the words is something different. Yeah, I just took the cell phone real quick while the bass player was talking with him, Googled lyrics to Beyond the Sea, put it on the table, and read it. that was a $30 tip. They thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what it's not a floor base. What kind of base do they wander with? I mean, you go between the
upright base.
Huh?
Upright base.
Wow.
It's tough. It's tight, but it works.
Yeah. As long as like a marching band, I guess you're okay.
Yeah, upright bass, banjo, and trumpet last night, and
no trombone because it gets in their soup. You know.
That's right.
Look, we had a big table with, I would say, 10 people at it, and they were singing, and they were all wind up. They were juiced up, and you could tell those kind of tables that are party tables.
Sure.
They're all rich or they got a lot of money, and they were singing and cutting up and requesting songs. I said, okay. I said to myself, it's time for a mustache thing. And I got them all singing, "You Are My Sunshine." All right. In the restaurant. And the whole restaurant singing "You Are My Sunshine." That lady reached down her wallet, pulled out a C note, $100 bill.
Woof.
For "You Are My Sunshine."
I had the honor of playing that for Governor Jimmy Davis one time.
Really? That's great.
We had a guy named Justin Wilson come on board.
Oh, Justin.
Yeah, Chris knows Justin Wilson.
Guarantee.
Cajun Chef. He's a friend of my wife's, or vice versa. And he brought Governor Jimmy Davis on there, and I went down, got my banjo, and in the middle of the dining room, I sang it for him. And he likes that. We didn't get any money.
Dissatisfaction.
Oh yeah.
But did he ask for royalties for
it? Maybe.
Well, I've done a lot of table strolling in the last 20 years. A lot of my experience is the celebrities like sports figures and people like that especially actors and actresses. We've had a lot of them come through Arno's because Arno's is a very nice restaurant. The celebrities are the last ones that tip.
Yep.
The last ones that tip. Usually it's customary when somebody requests a song, they give you a 5 or a 10 or a 20 or more. But the celebrities, no. And I can name them right now. I can name a bunch of them that everybody knows. All y'all know them. And they just don't tip. When you're working for tips.
That's true. That's true.
But while everybody's here, I brought this up earlier, but here's something that John McClellan sent of Captain Tony.
Yeah.
Mike used to make it down there every once in a while down to Key West.
Yep. I'm Barry's sub all over the world,
Wow.
Well, that was an interesting place to play. I loved it. And what do we got here? Whoa. Right.
Check the tempo out, how slow it is. Isn't it great?
Where? Okay. You go in a second.
Wow. I just kind of chucked that in there.
Tempo. You all caught
That
the
was,
tempo?
Yeah.
Guys, I got to run. I got a leak in the bedroom I got to take care of. So I'll see you next week.
Take care, Mike. Good to see you.
All right,
Let's take a leak.
See y'all.
Okay, Mike. Bye.
Bye, Mike. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, that was a part of the concert that Mike sent me about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I just broke it down into songs, but I can send a link for that, Chris. I know you like to put stuff like that on your page. So
that set was put together as part of the Great Connecticut Jazz Festival. You saw all those washboard players because there was a washboard, what do you call it, extravaganza. And I was dressed funny because I was playing with a jazz band there at the time. So I was dressed out of uniform for a mustache thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm surprised at how much hair I had then. My God, amazing.
Yeah.
I saw Joan in the back, and Gunny was there.
That's right. Yeah. All of that, the whole crowd. Peter Babcock and Ira Gutman, and I think it was probably Neil on the trombone. But
yeah, that was Neil. That was DeFeo.
Was it?
Yeah.
But what I was noticing is when I first started at the Mustache, the tempos were slow like that for the sing-alongs.
Oh yeah,
it seemed like they got faster through the years.
Well, we got more impatient.
Yeah, they got faster. I like the sing-alongs like that. Slower is better.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to do Bill Bailey at that tempo, but you're right for the.
Yeah. No, of course, I was familiar with a lot of the songs before I started working. I was 19, and I had seen Sing Along with Mitch, and stuff when I was a kid. So I knew some of this.
Bouncing Ball.
Yeah.
Ball over Bouncing Ball, yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. No, it was. I'll send links out to people. I have in fact, most of these are in my Google Drive now. I just have to attach it to the. I have everybody's email addresses on Tom's header. So.
Well, the first time I worked with Joel in New Orleans for Mardi Gras, that was the one thing that got me playing side was he'd start slow and end up slower. But it worked. And he did it just now in Heart of My Heart. He started slow and ended up real.
Yeah. It's just something I'm used to hearing the waiters or somebody out in the audience singing, "It's my favorite," or just making little comments during the little breaks,
Of course.
Yeah.
Get everybody involved. That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
Well, all those comments and lines by the waiters, that was part of the show.
Yeah. Sure was. Part of the formula.
Yeah, I know you mentioned. Yeah, I know you mentioned a long time ago. Sometimes it's kind of hard. I'm sure it was hard for y'all to remember the actual words after the way we kind of
goofed them up. Yeah.
Yeah, goofed them up in the clubs.
I'm also reminded of what Barry was talking about, the sing along at the club Arno's. I said, I get requests for those kind of songs too. And I finally figured out I know 10% of the words to about 90% of the songs, and 90% of the words to about 10% of the songs. Mm-hmm. And so you kind of have to fake it when you get into those situations.
I think that's how
I'm lucky because I've done for the last 20 years, strolling tables. So I've learned a lot of lyrics.
I'll bet you have.
A whole lot of lyrics. I'm not a good singer, but they don't care about that.
No, heck no, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's about, do you know the lyrics? Can you sing halfway on pitch? You know?
Sure.
I think that's how scat got invented, huh? If you forget the words, he's going to yeah.
I don't know about that. It's a good theory. I don't know if it's real, but it's a good theory. Scat was Scat really invented by Louis Armstrong?
That's what they say. They say he was recording heebie-jeebies and dropped the lead chart, and he started scatting. And it's a good story, and everybody swears by it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Ella Fitzgerald was the best at it, as far as I was concerned.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's my favorite girl singer of all time.
Mine too. But Ella, the way Ella scats, the way Armstrong scats, they completely different the way they do it.
They've got a couple of...
Listen to some of those Verve albums when both of them together.
Yeah, exactly. Just what I was going to mention. You're right.
Yeah, you know, they're both together and they scat completely differently, you know.
And a lot of those cuts have very subtle changes of key in there so that to accommodate their range. It was really cleverly done. Yeah,
it is cleverly done, but you'll notice Ella will start in one key and they'll change the key for Satchmo to sing it. But then at the end, they both singing in Satchmo's key. She could make the change.
That's right.
Her voice was so good, and her range was so wide that it didn't matter.
True indeed. Those are great records. I so enjoy them. They're really good.
Yeah. Oscar Peterson on piano.
Bunch of bums, huh?
Yeah. Ray Brown on bass. I mean,
Oscar Peterson was the second best piano player ever to walk.
Who was first?
Art Tatum.
Oh, yeah.
Art Tatum. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, okay, guys.
That's it for me. I got to go cook dinner.
Time to go. It's after 5. The next meeting.
All right, next week.
We'll see y'all next Friday, same time, same station.
Got you covered.
Yes. Everybody have a good Labor Day.
Thank you, Tom and Billy.
No problem. Happy Labor Day.
Be well.